Work together on this one. Let's see what we can get out of it. I'm going to debunk a few things for you. How about that? Let me show you how we do this. So I want you to point this camera directly this way, and I want you to see how the sign pops up. So do you see all this little jumbled stuff you have going on here? That's the sign. So I want you to see it's not always going to pick up just ghosts. It's going to pick up anything that's in front of something else because the sign is in front of that car way off in the distance. Do you kind of see where I'm going? So as you're walking around, not everything is going to be a ghost. So what I would like to do is if you see something, I want you to ask, if you're comfortable doing so, whoever's in front of you to raise their hand and see if the figure will raise their hand for you. That'll prove that it's not a sign or a tree or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Is this a ghost or is it just you?
That is probably the sign and probably some of the shadows.
I just turned white, and I think 2.5.
2.5.
And white.
She was not 2.5 when she got married.
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
2.5 something.
And white. Got it. Okay, I'll be taking notes all night from you. All right, let's go walk around a little bit and see what we can get out of this.
Do you want me to pause it?
Nope, you're gonna keep recording until we leave the space.
Okay.
I do not know what to think.
They said 4. 3.
What did you have?
How old were you when you got married?
It wasn't 4 either.
She said 4, 3.
With yours, every once in a while I might say, okay, where are we at with that word list? You just hit the little white button to the right, and it'll show you everything we've had so far. And you can scroll through it. Obviously, just don't hit the red X's.
Okay, cool.
But this is what I'll do, is I'll just take a quick look at it.
So when we first got over here, it popped up Afterlife, and then Landon, and then
Addition.
I heard 4 too. I heard 4.
And now you have the word shocked. Interesting.
Is that how she died?
No, but again, there's more family members.
And Big John's is right there too.
It
you
is.
said, right? And that was the shot.
Again, that's why we always look for that secondary clue so we know how it goes together.
Big John.
Big John, poor guy.
Yeah.
He lived a pretty long life though. He didn't die that day.
Well, that's good. He didn't die at his own place. That might be sad.
I think I heard sand.
Sand.
These are all I think because it's super like scratchy, so I only catch.
So with yours, go ahead and turn your volume down for a second. So it's always your first instinct. So stop with the I think I heard, or it may have been this. Just tell me what you heard. Be confident.
Yeah.
You got it. So when you tell me confidently, I can't.
Hey, wait, I need to do something.
Or if it's the word sand. So that way, those are 2 different words, right? So that way I know for sure you heard the word sand. I don't know what it means yet. I'm going to say it actually has relevance based on what else you might hear or something else.
What hand? Raise your hand. Nothing.
Yep, bunch of nothing. You got like a lot of the gate over there too.
Oh. Well, that explains.
Said listen.
Listen.
I got 17.2.
Oh, nice. I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty high, right?
17.2 or 17.6. I think it's 17.2.
Mine says itself.
Eliza, what are we listening for? What are you trying to tell us tonight?
I'm putting both headphones in. I can't hear. I think I heard father.
Okay. I told her to stop telling me what she thinks. Just tell me what you heard. Be confident in what you're hearing.
Yes, perfect. Tribal and the word list.
What was it?
Tribal?
Okay, that just said Bible. I was going to say, okay.
Teaching. I heard teaching.
Good. All right, so Eliza, why don't you tell us what you used to teach? Who did that affiliate with? Sorry, I'm withholding a lot of information from you guys, so I usually allow the evidence to tell me what's going on.
Life.
30. Something. Good.
And you can see how that one's way different than
Twisted.
hers, right?
Twisting.
What are we twisting, Eliza? You got to be more clear. You know how these boxes work.
I heard blue.
I'm not surprised by that. That's pretty common here.
Why?
Because of the dye that she used to make was blue.
Oh, yeah.
It was like mom's jacket.
Oh, like twisting
indigo,
blue dye.
Touch my mouth.
Actually, I think there was some ringing that had to go through with twisting it.
That makes sense, yeah.
I'm very smart. Because you have to twist the plate to get the dye.
I heard shot.
Yeah, and
Had the
mine
word
said
shot.
shot also.
But it's not break.
76603. I just turned it off for a minute.
I got nothing on any of those. Numbers and names usually don't lie, just so you know. So if you see me like racking my brain, like what are the dates? Because I have them all memorized. Who belongs to what? Like I'm going through birthdays of all the family members. I'm going through events at the home. I'm going through events of the family.
Metal. I got metal.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
Raise your right hand or raise any hand. Nope. Not a
That's just
person.
that tree over there.
Oh,
Remember, it's going to look like a person. It's going to look like I was at the beginning.
Okay.
So arms, legs, and a head.
Novel. I just got novel.
novel.
Spot.
Spot.
Novels. Okay.
Let me see real quick.
Flashback every time.
Manor. I got manor.
Manor how?
Loud.
Like manor house?
Manor. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Ask her a question. Sale.
60. 0.
60.
Or could be hero. Palm of her hand. Police department. Oh, it was that one song where it's like, she's got the bar in the palm of her hand.
And
that
she's
entire
a 90
verse.
country fan.
It was that entire
like I
verse.
am.
Bar
Maybe
in the palm of her
I've got
hands.
a Chevy. She can make a quarter. Flip a quarter. I'll drive you anywhere from here.
I think I heard young.
Okay.
California,
Anything else crazy?
this song is over. I gotta find her 'cause she has me. Yeah, it's Carolina.
Kind of the same area.
What are you doing?
Taking a picture. Looks like you're working.
We are all working.
We are.
You guys paid me to get
Raise your hand.
True.
Oh, wow.
work. I see that.
That's cool.
That was mom on there.
Oh, yeah.
Customer is happy.
Pretty
Oh, it's probably from Big John.
Possibly.
Slow.
Still pretty
I
vague.
got slow on here. Every time I go this way, the word changes.
I got 17.5.
.com will have our
Let's go
money.
check over here. Let's see what we got going
I
on.
heard we'll have our money.
Well, I have nothing over here besides the signs and trees.
Amazing.
Military heroes.
Lost.
Okay.
That's actually really good.
Military heroes.
Sunrise.
I heard lost. And we'll have our money.
It's like we have like two stories going on right now. Well, both stories are relative
Debbie?
to Eliza's children, and it's not Debbie.
What was it?
Debbie.
I've had that name show up here in the past. I just
Really?
don't. I've tried
You don't
looking
know
at.
what it is.
I don't know if Big John had a girlfriend. He definitely wasn't married.
Yeah,
So
interesting. Extensive.
teen.
Like they're definitely like they were like one word for like a while, and now over here it's like
Switching.
I have nothing besides signs.
2.1.
42?
22.
Oh.
And then it went down to what?
0.
That's a good thing. So normally, when it goes back down like that,
Yeah.
Heart
Let's
and
just-
more information.
if it was coming from a man-made object, say that light, which is run by solar power, it's not going to give off. But it would stay steady. So like 19, 22, 19,
okay.
22. Your cell phone would be like 3, 5, 3,
Yeah,
5.
gotcha.
That's a steady reading to me. It's a pulse.
Okay.
So, but when you
Yeah.
get a 22, down to
Drop
0.
right 0.0.
She
I
had,
heard
Maybe
more
just pass my button.
information.
Yeah.
and she had
Still
heart.
pretty vague.
Like the red barn, like heart.
alignment.
Yeah, I think I heard heart too.
I have one more question.
What do you got?
What's the highest thing for that we should go away?
I start monitoring things when it says 100 or more.
100?
Aunt Michelle's very safe. She'll keep an eye.
Yeah.
She'll let him know.
I'm the safety
director. I just got director.
Safety director. I'm correcting you. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Please say my title correctly.
I know, right?
I'm a director.
Kendall, you got anything else?
Rod.
Kendall, what are you getting?
Nothing.
It's 21st something.
100.
24.
Dun, dun. I don't see anything in my camera yet.
Sale, you got anything else before we start wrapping this up? I think we actually did pretty well on this location tonight.
Okay.
Like, the past few nights it's been really vague.
Say.
Really? Say.
Say what?
So still pretty vague stuff. So a couple of things I'm excited about. We'll go back to the back so we're not
Okay.
staring at this boy. They just put these most of my things.
Yeah.
Okay, Eliza, I'm muting you.
That's okay. You can stop your video.
Okay.
When we first walked in, I got 9.6.
Devil's also religious.
Right. Yeah. Right when we turn the corner a little bit.
I'll get that one written down. Just because that's weird. We don't see a whole lot in here, so when we do get it, I want to make sure I notate it.
Okay.
So welcome to Philadelphia Alley. So if Sale wants to continue listening in and ignore me because this part's going to be all history, she can do that. But we're going to keep
Is
you
it
on mute for sure.
interesting history?
Yes.
We're going to be talking about a dead guy. What do
Yeah,
you
you
think?
Are
gotta
there
get
any
the-
key terms?
Yes,
You gotta get
a
the
lot.
history first.
Okay.
All
You
right.
like history.
Can you tell me right before key terms? I can, like, you're gonna
No,
say
you gotta
them?
listen
You
to the
gotta
whole
listen
story.
to the whole thing. Aha, see there? So this is called Philadelphia Alley. Lots of things with Philadelphia and Charleston, obviously. But we named that after a city that helped us out of one of our many, many fires because dueling was illegal and stupid. So this used to be called Dueler's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur. Did you guys see Hamilton? The duel? Yeah. Same kind of principle.
Yeah.
So dueling was illegal, so they had to find one of the hiding spots. This happened to be one of them. Every ghost tour that comes down here, which is everyone in town, all 339 of us, we all come down here. So, and yes, there are 339 different ghost tours.
Wow.
So when you guys ask me, like, how many hours do I work and all that stuff, I own this. So it's like, I'm
Yeah.
competing, like, to make
Yeah.
sure I stay in business. But anyway, back to Dueler's Alley. It's just sitting there. Here's how the story goes. A doctor moved down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. So if you hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. It's actually part of his name. So we get it down here all the time. But anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash that she just got, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. So he comes to Charleston to prove that he's not just after her money. He's going to make his own. So he comes into town, and the coachman that brought him into town set him up to be robbed and killed. So it wasn't a good start to him coming to Charleston. But somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen. His name was Ralph Isaacs. I'm going to stop there for a second because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from. Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. We were getting the letters RI all the time on these spirit boxes, so I bought a Ouija board device. It's an electronic device that actually gives us letters based off of EMF detection, like what your device does. And we have gotten the letters RI several times as I'm giving this part of the history. So take that for what it's worth. But anyway, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can stay there and you can rent a room. You'll be safe and good to go. So Dr. Ladd took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making.
It's okay. Take a deep breath. Okay. You're okay. It's just,
It just surprised you.
Surprise me.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. It's a surprise.
The one girl who I thought was going to be fine through the
Right?
whole
Yeah.
thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
see, look, there's another tour coming down here.
Yeah.
At least they're looking. So where was I? So, Dr. Ladd says, let's go to 59 Church Street. Oh, the more money he's making. He's proving his point that he didn't want Amanda's money. Amanda got wind of this, and she's going to be moving down so they can get married. Dr. Ladd became known as the whistling doctor. He whistled all the time. That's what men did in the 1700s. Seems kind of silly, doesn't it? But anyway. And by the way, every haunted city you're ever going to visit has a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. Just gonna put that out there. But Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's just the way the hierarchy works for us. So they're talking about a play they saw, and they were arguing over the new actress. Dr. Ladd thought the new actress was great. Ralph didn't. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. So he's making fun of his girlfriend, basically.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah, so they basically get really angry with each other and they go their separate ways. Ralph goes to his friends at the newspaper, puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of he's a disgrace to society kind of mentality. So Dr. Ladd saw the ad, rebutted with, let's go to Dooley's Alley. We're going to settle this. So they came down, they took their 10 paces, they turned, the doctor pointed his 1-bullet gun in the air, and he shot his 1 bullet away. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight, which is often what happened at a duel.
Right.
So we're going to let them pass through real quick. How you doing? Yeah, and all the other tourists look at us because we're the weirdos, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard that tour guide that walked by.
Fancy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. He's a new guy. He doesn't know who I am yet.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're on the duel, right? So Ralph has this 1 bullet. He puts it
Yeah.
in the kneecap on the doctor. So Dr. Ladd didn't die. Ralph just proved he still
Right.
ticked off. Doctor's friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786. Now, he dies after refusing medical treatment. So, he refused medical treatment. I don't know what they're doing over there. He refuses medical treatment because he's a doctor. Gunshot wounds in the 1700s were a lot different than they are now. He probably just tried to bleed it out, which means he cut himself to get rid of the poisoning from the bullet. So it wasn't surgery, he just bled it out. So again, kind of a weird thing. Every tour that comes down here tells you, listen for the whistles. Fortunately for you guys, we have a camera running and my voice recorder. You don't have to listen for anything. If it's going to be there, it's going to be on one of our 2 recordings because we're important, right? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So the other thing is we will get the word whistle that shows up on your spirit box, or we'll hear whistling parts of songs. So just the singular part of like Guns N' Roses Patience or moves like Jagger, you know, those kinds of things. Like we've had a quick little kind of thing that kind of passes through. If you're going to try this on your own when you're in town and you're going to go all the way through here, I can't take you all the way through because I've been kicked out. And yes, I'm going to tell that part of the story because that's the fun part. You're like, oh, great, tell my kids how you get in trouble with stuff. But anyway, turn on your voice recorders on your phones. Just keep in mind, every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. We all do it. So it's not always going to be that very kind of thing. Of course, now I know what they're doing. So you guys can smell it. So we'll move away from here very, very quickly. Let's go up this way.
Yeah. Gross. Smoking right there. That guy.
Here's how I got kicked out of here. This is the fun part. She's like, oh yeah, sure, let's hear it now.
Kicked out of like this alley?
Yeah.
So you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the right part. Let me get to that. Where we're standing, there used to be a wall in the middle of the alley. The reason why is because this used to be where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. They kept all the cows and chickens and all that stuff in here because they couldn't keep them on their own properties. So that means the bricks on the other side of the alley are older than the ones we're standing on. Those bricks down there are sun-dried bricks from slave children, which means those slave kids had to turn those bricks in the sun to bake them because they didn't have a full oven yet. So there's a full handprint from a slave child down at the end and fingerprint swipes in other bricks. And I'd always point it out just to show everybody how far we've come from slavery. Obviously you pick up on all about history.
Yeah.
So I also treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That's the last place you're going to find that kid. November 26th of 2020, my entire group of 10 people is huddled around that one brick waiting for something to happen with all of the gadgets I gave them. Nothing's going to happen because he's not there. That's the last place you're going to find him. But I'm also trying to shoo them along because it's outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm just trying to be respectful, not knowing I was out of bounds for tours. So I was still new at this. So the new owner came out, started yelling at me. My daughter thought it was great because Dad's getting yelled at, and we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't work on Thanksgiving. I worked in retail management mainly for Walmart before I started doing that. Feel my pain. The next day was November 28th. The dates are relevant. I called my partner that I had at the time. I told him what was going on, and he said, dude, you can't go down that far. You're only allowed to go down halfway, which is basically where that tour is standing right now, only because it's residential anywhere past that. You either got to go down there or reroute the group. I told my group I'm going to reroute them, but I don't believe in the next story we're going to because I've never had anything happen there. So we'll see what happens. My tickets were much cheaper where I could wing it. And I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. Obviously, we're going to be talking about pirates next. So before we left, somebody heard the name Anne on a spirit box. I didn't tell them who we were going to be investigating. The famous female pirate Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like, all right, we'll see what goes on. Somebody else with another spirit box, here's the number 300 after I told them the little bit I did know about piracy. I don't know what it means. I write it down. The research showed we were there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720. The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. So I'm like, damn it, now I got to learn about pirates.
Yeah.
My problem with pirates is I have a master's degree in creative writing. I need facts, data, and things I can put my hands on, like tangible stuff. all pirate stories are based off of pirate lore, which means it's through the rumor mill. None of it is super, you get it. But everything we're going to be discussing came from at least 2 resources out of this next location. So worst case scenario, you're going to learn a whole hell of a lot about pirates that you didn't know before, and we're going to bring up some of the famous ones that they may even know about, because they do kind of intermingle into this whole piece. And then we're going to spread out like what we did at the Pinky Mansion site and hopefully talk to the end. So that's the hope. So let's get away from our friend over here, and then we're going to keep on moving.
Want me to pause my thing?
Yeah, you can go ahead and give it up yours, Laura.
Sacrilege. I just got draw industrial.
Like draw. Let's put it
Raise your hand. Nope, cone. I got a cone and people like you and my mom.
Also, let's go over to the wall. Let me show you something. So walls like this are not this camera's friend. Why do you think that?
Because they're solid.
No. Because this leaf is behind that leaf, is behind that leaf. So you kind of see my point. It's always going to pick up something that's in front of something else. You should have like a bunch of purple lines and white dots all over this wall. Because...
I don't see anything.
let's get you more towards the light. Point it down that way. And that's because of the bush back in the background, next to that porta potty over there. But on this one, when it's, you can actually see the light through it. Let's move over here. Let me prove my point. Pointing at this part of the wall from back here. Really? Still nothing? See how you're getting a little tiny points here and there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a person. That's the leaves.
Huh.
Yep. So when people are using this camera and I'm teaching them how to use it, I say just don't point it at the wall because you're going to get a lot of false anomalies.
Okay. Wake me up before you go. Dun 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 dun. Oh, we go. Wake me up before you go. Wait, Sil.
You know it? I got...
I do know it. You don't know it.
What was the one you got right before? True.
Have to lose.
Exchange. Head.
I don't have anything.
Exchange is interesting. We do have an old exchange in Providence Dungeon here. It has a lot of ties to, because it was being built the same time that this building was. It's down on East Bay Street, and there's a lot of things with Nicholas Trott. His house is on the other side of the Potter magazine here, and he has ties to the old exchange building. So when I was doing the investigation over there, I actually got as well as Nicholas Trott. So it's just very interesting. Like, it's just,
Oh, wow.
sometimes it's just weird. Sometimes it's like knowing as much knowledge as you have can be like
Sally, you want to look at this thing?
like, oh my God, is this, is it that, is it this, is it that? So even the shot thing that we had, we debated whether it was Big John or Thomas. So
I have a question. Why do they put crosses up there?
okay, those are not crosses.
Oh,
Those are earthquake bolts. I skipped that part tonight because we have kids in the group. So earthquake bolts are basically turnbuckles. If we have another earthquake, they say you can tighten them up and it'll make the building tighter so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a good idea, it just doesn't work. Those are the first set of earthquake bolts that we ever put in. So that's why they look a lot different than the earthquake bolts, say, from that building. So that's an apartment building behind there, and it does have earthquake bolts. They just look like a big square.
Oh.
Those ones, obviously, are big braces in case they had to turn it.
does it though?
like a lot of
Do those
Deadly.
earthquake bolts up?
Deadly.
Do those
You
work?
see those peach squares? No,
Yeah.
none of them work.
Oh,
It's an idea that doesn't work. The whole idea doesn't work.
Aurora?
That's weird.
That's not a parent's name?
No. We're the ship. You guys are going to see earthquake bolts all
I
over
need you
town.
to say. I
They're going
told
to
you
be
that
lion
never
heads and
was
pineapples. And
Those were all after that big earthquake?
Yep.
I need you to stay, and I told you that I never told you I changed, even though I never.
But we are next to a cemetery.
Oh,
Sometimes names will pop up from the cemetery. Remember that vice president I told you about? He's buried on the other side of that wall.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Why? Because it's the cemetery?
Yeah. Everything's
Mrs. Clark or Miss Clark?
Mrs. I believe. I think I heard, hey man.
Amen. Can't know anything at all.
I need you to stay.
the song. I need you to stay, and I told you that I never could. Told you I changed, and I never.
Person with the one vehicle.
I got a feeling.
I know.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. And tonight's gonna be a good night. Okay.
Usually the lower end of the activity.
Guys, the cone is a person.
Wednesday, then we work.
Well, it showed up earlier.
It's not about the amount of people, like more gadgets, more evidence. It doesn't work that way. Like the best score I've ever did, because I do rate them all, so I have a rating system. But 2 people, highest score I've ever had in 4 years. Probably like a Thursday or Friday. Actually, I think we well, I always do 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So I did try the 2 tour a night thing.
Yeah.
When I didn't have as many of the gizmos that record, like I did a lot of manually recording, and it wasn't as bad. It was just really hard to kind of keep both tours straight.
Yeah.
Because I do memorize your guys' names,
right,
that kind of thing. That way it's personalized. When I'm doing 2 tours a night, it's
It's too hard.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
So to go through that much data and keep all the files straight.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot of file keeping, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I kind of turned into an AV tech with being a writer on top of all of this.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Do you want me to pause this?
no, keep it going. Let's see what else we can get. We're gonna. Now that the other car's gone, we got anything else going on?
I see shadows like me.
You want to know why? Take a guess why you could see the purple stick man on your shadow.
Because there's
There's no light. It looks like there's something in front of the ground.
oh.
Science lesson, everybody. The English guy is teaching science now.
Whoa.
Okay, so the name of the ship, we never heard that. Ship, right?
All right, let's go cover that since we're not getting much else. Let's go over to the wall because our last spot is actually that way.
Lab.
Like science lab. Where?
The dog was so cute. It did not want to leave until it It just stood there staring at you guys. Like the dog.
Oh, it was cute.
And
we pet him and then he was like,
Okay, fine.
I know. We were like, okay.
He's like, okay, now you can go.
I just wanted to be bedded. I don't. Guys,
Coco, yours are the most soft. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, if like my bottom of my foot.
So, quick answers on this
tell you
one,
later.
and then I'll explain the next space, and we'll see
Can we
how
sit on this
comfortable,
thing?
everybody's going to be with the next location.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit different than what we've been doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and it's
Is
mainly
it-
going to be up to the moms if you guys are okay, with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So, let's see. By the way, one of the few pictures of Anne Bonny that you can find of her with a shirt on.
Oh.
I get a lot of teenage boys on this tour. I don't need angry moms. But the reason for that is because she used to basically open her shirt up to show men that they were just killed by a woman. So if that kind of gives you the hint of this is what Anne Bonny looked like. So
She's pretty.
it's pretty badass. So
Huh.
yeah, very tough.
Oh.
The names of her parents: William Cormack, Mary Brennan. This was not another subliminal
Okay.
trick because of Mary. We just happen to have one in
Yeah.
the second one in the story. And Mary Brennan was actually a servant for the Cormack family. That's a whole other.
Is Mary the crazy one?
There was Mary Reed. She was kind of on the little bit of a wild side. Calico Jack. This is what they based Johnny Depp off of.
Yeah.
So he was named that because of the jackets he wore. They
Okay.
came from British captains that he killed. His father was a tailor, so textiles were important to him. Calico Jack translates to fancy jacket. That's where the name came from. The name of his ship, the Kingston. Here's the weird thing about Kingston. I'm not expecting it to come out of sales device, possibly Kendall's. Hers picks up more disembodied voices, meaning not radio chatter, more so than sales. The word king would actually suffice from either one of your two devices, and I would take that as acceptable because they have to use what they can find.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what color is a big red barn? Fire truck
Yeah.
kind of mentality.
Yeah.
So the last place that we're going to is what we've been experimenting with. This is called the Estes method. So in a nutshell, the two people that use spirit boxes, I usually I have two of those running, but we can actually get another one out for Kendall if she's game. So basically, I tell everybody else the history of the space. It takes like 5 minutes because it's very short. And then we blindfold the two people using spirit boxes and put noise canceling headphones on them, so that way they don't know the history and they don't know what we're going to be asking.
Ooh.
So
Cool.
it works out really well, or it works out really bad in the sense that nothing happens.
Okay.
So of course we would be filming the whole thing, so Coco's job would be super important, but we've also gotten triple digit numbers from your device at that location.
Wow.
So this is a new space for me. This is the one I actually added this year, so I don't know everything about that particular ghost we're going to be hunting down, but as long as the four people are
You guys
comfortable,
wanna try it? Sure.
yeah,
Sure,
sure, why not?
We're switching devices.
Oh, you're not gonna wear that?
I want to know the history.
Are you scared?
Yeah, you'll get the history
That too.
after.
Okay. Yeah, you'll get it after. You can do it. I'll stand.
I need
I'll
somebody
stand
who
right
knows
with
how
you.
to listen to it,
Yeah,
and that's
you're
why I
doing a
wait till
good
the last
job.
stop. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hold hands.
you'll
Yeah,
be
you guys
fine.
can do it together.
And you'll use
Can I hold your hand?
Kendall, I'll give you a different spirit box just like hers.
What do you want me to do with this?
Turn
you
it
can
off.
listen to it along the way, or you can help her out. But I can take it from you too. It's up to you if you don't want to carry it to the next space, because it is about 2 blocks from here.
Oh.
And it is our last space. And then, of
Okay.
course, it
Long
can get a
walk.
little hairy. That's why some people are like, I don't know about blindfolding my kids. I'm like,
Yeah.
we'll see how this
It'll be
works out.
fine.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's do it. It'll
So,
be fine.
some
You
people
better
are
hold
weirded
my
out
hand,
by
too.
it.
I will. It'll be
But
fine.
it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So, all right, let's go
Cool.
see what we can
Ready?
learn about this guy.
Bye, Anne.
Bye, Ann.
Bye, Anne.
Yeah, this one was kind of a loose stud, as I'm sure
Oh,
you guys
what
can
was the ship called?
see. The Kingston.
Oh, the Kingston. That's right.
Do you want me to pause this?
Yes, because
'Kay.
we're going to be walking the Henry Timrod, please tell us what your occupation was. What did you do for a living? Her spirit box is not running. There we go. That's better. Oh, I scared so. Henry, tell us
Black eye.
Oh, look at that. Black eyes. Henry, tell us what your occupation was, please.
Me, you, consequence.
What are those people doing over there, Henry, if you can see us? What were those,
In my heart.
what were those people
Because
just
girls
before?
is players too. What was going on?
You tell us. What were those people doing over there?
Care.
Yeah, keep an eye on that because the answers go up there too.
Transfer. Build a home. Mike.
We're near St. Michael's Church. That comes up here all the time. So that's a good one. Henry, let's be a little bit more specific. Let's talk about you, not about our surroundings anymore. Can you tell me what the name of your son was? What was your son's name?
See things you don't.
See things you don't.
Chloe.
What did she say?
Chloe.
Henry, tell us the name of your son, please.
Radio.
I'm gonna tap it on the
AB.
shoulder.
Lines.
Very well.
Help.
Henry, tell us what happened to your son.
$40-something.
Strike.
What happened to his son again?
He died when he was only 9 months old.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Constant on here.
Measure.
Okay, Henry, let's get away from the sadness. Let's talk about something happy. Let's talk about your wife.
Easy Cater. You guys ready?
Citizenship.
Can you tell me? Oh, that's interesting. Her family was of French descent. I don't know that they had to earn their citizenship. What would that look like?
Oh,
Henry, tell us the name of your wife or something specific about your wife. Like, how did you meet her? How old she was? He was her
On
school.
the name.
Tell you.
He was her school teacher. She was only 16 when he met her. I think he was
Okay.
like 24.
Okay.
Henry, you want to tell us some
Back up a
details
little
about
so
your
you can
wife?
see.
they can see both of them.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Tight places.
Good. Now I'm feeling alright.
Good. The wife's maiden name was Good.
Okay.
We have some. It's vague, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
still
Do you have any reading on there?
No,
On the night of this.
on the night of this what?
Which city it is.
Henry, we heard the name Mike earlier. Can you tell us what sounds come out of the church, please?
Power of the Spirit.
Love.
What sounds do we normally hear?
C sales tactics. 10 minutes.
Yes, we only do this for 10 minutes. But it's not up yet, Henry.
I'm the only one.
I am the only one that ever tries to talk to you. Everybody talks about
Void.
somebody else. Let's go back to the church. Tell us what sound we hear out of the church, please. I've had that spelled out on the Ouija board before, like when asking
Wind.
that question.
Really?
Like crazy stuff. It's come out of them, it's come out of that Ouija board device.
Wow.
That's why I ask that question almost every night.
Smell.
Anybody else hear like an alarm sound? It's
Yeah.
driving me batty. Just to make sure it wasn't me. Or just me. Henry, are you here with us? That's a yes/no question.
Let me find.
Henry, you need to answer in a yes/no.
Paul.
Paul was the name of the college
our
friend I
lives.
told you about earlier. Paul Hayne Hamilton.
Yeah.
Interesting. So far, we're on our way of like a slight success here. Like we
Okay,
have a
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
things.
1918.
1918.
It was
Back up a
1867.
little,
when
see
he
if you
died.
see.
I don't see anybody but
Well,
them.
we're just filming this for them so they can watch it later.
Okay, gotcha.
Henry, tell us about Paul. What did Paul do? What was his occupation?
Voyage.
He was also a writer.
William.
Willie.
See.
I still see you. Trap.
I see you too.
Well, Willie was named after Henry's father, William. So that's where the
Anytime.
Willie
Willie
came from.
Yes.
Are you trying to tell us about your son, or are you trying to tell us about your father? You can answer that directly, son or father.
Perfect.
I'm wondering if 1918 was when his wife died. Because she lived
She's
a
that
long,
old?
she
Yeah.
lived a long life. Like she remarried.
Okay.
Okay, there's one deep breath. I keep an eye to make sure they're not hyperventilating.
Oh,
I've had
yeah.
to pull people out.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go into all of that. I didn't want to scare her any further.
Yeah. Good. Better not to.
She's doing well. All right, Henry, back to you. Sorry,
White brakes.
there's a lot of ICU type of.
Oh no.
She's okay.
No.
She's just adjusting.
It's okay.
Oh.
What's wrong?
She thinks you tapped her out.
Do you think
Are you okay?
I tapped you out?
Huh?
Are you
Do you
okay?
think I tapped you out?
Yeah, someone tapped my
Oh,
shoulder.
that was an accident.
Coco.
No,
Coco.
nobody tapped your shoulder.
Coco, I'm so mad at you.
Coco, you didn't tap her shoulder.
No,
her
I
leg.
accident. I went like that on accident.
Weather. Okay, go back. It was so
Go
fun.
back.
Trying.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
No, you're doing great.
Take my breath away.
By the way,
we
can you
still
turn
got-
the volume down a
Dancing
little bit since I've been tapped out? Coco.
No, it's not It's
Oh,
okay.
you're good.
She didn't mean
Just go ahead and
to.
grab it.
Where
Is
is
it
it?
too loud? You got it right there.
It's not too loud, but it's so
85,
loud.
97, 97.
87.
85, 97, 97.
I told you she
Oh, this is life.
I didn't mean to.
But those are a lot of good things. Okay, Henry, we're back on.
Pause.
Yeah.
Of course, for us.
Kenneth's doing well too.
Yeah,
We've gotten answers out of both of them.
For me.
Okay, Henry, if there's somebody else here with you, can you give us their first name?
Many.
C.
They would have a meeting.
Many people here.
Normally I get the answer if I ask how many, and the answer's normally 5.
In the world.
Can you tell us how many people are here with you, Henry? Also notice I'm not writing anything down.
Yeah.
I stay focused.
Yeah. That's good.
Henry, how many people are here with you?
God,
Okay, we get there's a church nearby. Next,
we came from nothing.
Henry. Is somebody else here with you? That's a yes, no question. Let's keep it simple. It looks like all of the other people have left, Henry. It's your turn. He's a pretty shy guy. Like, it usually takes a few minutes to get him warmed up.
Really? Yeah. Tomorrow night.
What about tomorrow
We
night?
don't.
I'm free. Free tomorrow night. Not tonight.
23.
Henry, can you tell me what you died from? We only have a few minutes left here, Henry. We're running out of time.
God to share.
Henry,
Time off.
I know you had to take some time off.
Charleston.
We know where you're from. We need you to tell us what you died from. We've had the answer.
Seattle. 6.
6 or sick?
Look at Coco like diving in. Love it. Taught you a few things. She paid attention a little bit.
Top shelf experience.
That's what this is. You're damn right.
Yep. Question.
Henry, I'm going to say goodnight. Can you say goodnight back? Henry, can you tell us goodnight? We're going to close this one down. Everyone's got quiet.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, let's tap them out.
Interesting. Wow, you guys. Good job.
Do you want me to pause this?
Yeah, go ahead and stop it.